of plumbing repairs is $35 per hour, and the initial fee is $50, right? And your job is to write an equation, right? Okay, so you would say what? That the cost, okay, per hour equals what now? What would you write down? 35X, okay, our H in this case, we're using H, 35H plus 50 is right. Good job. 35H plus 50 is exactly right. There's the answer. This is what we're doing today, stuff like this. 35H plus 50. Everybody good so far? Any questions so far? All right, let's go to the second one. The second hot air balloon, right, is 5 feet per minute, and your initial height is 250 feet. So you're going to say, okay, the height in terms of time, right? The height in terms of time, okay? All right, so now what would that equation be? Okay, now say again. Okay, minus 5t. Okay, it would either be negative 5t plus 250 or 250 minus 5t. Both are correct answers. Everybody good? Okay, good job. That's exactly right. You did great. Let's try it one more time. Okay, so you got that. You kind of messed up on that one part there. Okay, so everybody's good there. All right, so let's go to the third one. Now the third one's kind of messed up. I'm going like, oh my gosh, I'm going to look at it. So what's in my book, right? So the number of students is 18 per bus, and the other students are 135. Okay, so here's what they want you to write down. Once again, it's not a very good problem. The students per bus, right, is going to be, all right, so how many are in it? Or how many per bus? 18 per bus, and then plus 135, right? But that's not a very good problem. I didn't like that one. So it's kind of confusing. Yeah, it's good. These are all kind of basic. Once again, leading into what we're talking about today. Okay, so everybody good. All right, so on we go. All right, here's what we're talking about now. All right, so you've got Roy, and Roy, right, wins $3,000, right, and make this trip to New York. And Roy, right, okay, finds out it costs how much to take, right, how much are planes on the trip? I forgot. How much does it cost the plane tickets? Let's say again. Anybody who's saying a lot, you're not with the program. Say again. So the question becomes, okay, look, how much money does he have left? So here, oopsies, hold on, start again. Here we go. All right. And isn't that interesting? So he has that. For some reason, I don't know why the initial value didn't show up in that column. Okay. It should be 3,000. Okay. There, like that. That's how you should write that. So 3,000, take away 310 for 5 nights, and take away 45, okay, for 2 nights. So he ends up having $1,360 to spend on himself in New York City, right? And all good so far. All right, let's move on. All right, now, he is interested in doing 2 things, right? He's interested in, all right, so let me ask you this. This is a table of ticket values and how much money he'll have. So if he buys no tickets, how much money will he have to spend? $1,360, right? He'll have $1,360. There it is. If he buys 1 ticket, how much? $1,260. And 2 tickets, $1,160. And 3 tickets, $1,060. And 4 tickets, $960. And 4 tickets, $860. And 8 tickets. And 8 tickets. $560. Okay. And 10 tickets. $360. Yeah, there are gaps in this. And then how about 13 tickets? $60. Okay, fine. Okay, so we got 1.5 movie tickets, right? Now we're on to number 3. On to number 3. So we got that. Okay, now these are going to be verbal responses, right? So look at number 3. Look at number 3. And it says to you this. It says, let me get the right column. Okay. It says, what pattern do you notice with this? Okay, with this graph. What's the pattern that you notice? Every ticket you buy. Right. That's it. This is just all you usually know the words. for each and every ticket that Roy buys, he has $100 less money to spend on himself, right? Something like that you would say. That's the pattern you're noticing. Okay, now how about for number 4? Explain how you determine the values of 8 and 10 and 13. So how would you determine the values of 8, 10, and 13?
You basically...
You did it for me. At first you guys all said that, you know, and I said, wait, you sure about that? And I'm like, oh no, wait, it's not that, it's this.
You multiply the number by 100 and take that away from 100 and 300. 1960.
And that's what they're asking. That's not the question they're asking. Once again, how would you determine the values of 8 and 10 and 13? Is the question.
You still keep subtracting 100 on 66.
Look, on the table I was at 5. Then I jumped to 8. How would you determine 8?
Take the value of ticket cost of 5 and you subtract the value of 3 tickets and then you get 3.
Subtract that times 100 from that. Well, okay, that's what I'm trying to looking for, right? So you can see how much is there between 5 and 8. Okay, 3, right? So I'm doing 8. Now multiply that by 100 and subtract it from the previous value on the table. So that's, yeah, right. Okay, the gap that you have in the numbers, because it's not consecutive numbers anymore. We went from 5 to 8 on the table. That's what they're asking you. How do you figure that out? And it's kind of obvious. You guys, at first you fell for it, and you went, oh, I know the answer. So that's all they're just trying to get you to verbalize that, okay? All right, let's go to the next one now. The next one says this. So now we want you, this is number 4, right?
5.
Explain, not that we did, I'm sorry, this is number 5. Okay, now, write a function, m sub t, right? Okay, m of t, that represents the amount of money that Roy has left after purchasing tickets, right? Okay, so who can give me that answer? Give me the equation, okay, m of t, right?
Okay, so
So what's the equation? You guys have all done the work, you just got to tell me the equation now.
100. Wait, no.
1316 minus.
1360 minus 100t. That's it. You got it. It's 1360. Take away 100t. Right. It's exactly right. That's the equation. That's the function you want. Okay. Or it could be negative 100t plus 1360. Right. You want to do that one, right? And that's exactly right. That's how you do that. Okay. All right. Now let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this. Okay. So now it says to you on number 7, right? Roy wonders how this meal. No, I'm sorry, number 6. My fault. Did the wrong one. Okay. Okay. Use mathematical terminology to explain what negative 11360 each represent in your function in item 5. So what does negative 100 represent in mathematical terminology? In mathematical terminology. That way, I think, say it again. It's the slope of the line, right? Or it's the rate of change, right? Okay, negative 100 represents the slope of the line or the rate of change. Okay, now what does 1360 represent? Okay, the y-intercept, okay, now you can go more into the interpretation. The y-intercept, which is the amount of money that Roy has to spend on himself. And negative 100 would be the rate of change for the amount of money it costs per ticket, okay, for Roy to spend, okay? Each and every ticket. Yeah, I would write down for D sub m. Or 1360 minus 40m. That's exactly right. You got it. Okay, it's going to be 1360 take away 40m, right? Or negative 40m plus 1360. They both work. Beautiful, that's right. Here, let's say a meal costs $40, right? So you take away $40 per meal, right? Okay, all right, so let's go to part B now. Now, part B, what you're going to do now is draw a graph, okay? So now tell me this, okay? What kind of a function is D sub m? What kind of a function is D sub m? Look at it, Stoke, you're seeing it here. Okay, what kind of function is D sub m? Come on, guys, tell me what kind of function you know about right now. Tell me one answer. What kind of function is it? What kind of function is it? Linear. Yes, it's a line. It's linear. It's the only one you know right now. It's linear, right? Actually, you know about absolute value also. Really good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a linear function. Okay, very good. It's right. Okay, wait. Once again, it's linear. All information is linear. Then we go into parabolic, right? The parabolas, right? Let's go. Quadratics, okay? Not time for that yet. All right, now number 9. What is the rate of change for d sub m, including the units? Okay, so what is it? What's the rate of change? Negative 40. Okay, dollars per meal. Perfect. That's exactly how you answer that. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's the 75-cent problems you're going to do here, right? Just do one more of these on your own now, right? Just make sure you understand it. And once again, I have the answers up on the web page, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet, okay? So tonight I'll put them on the unit check to make sure everything, right? Okay?